Alright, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to the Loot Wizard. In today's video I'm going to be going over a really amazing Paladin build that I put together here. This is my first endgame build that I'm going to be going over. Now this is going to be a direct continuation of my Paladin leveling build. So if you haven't already, go check out that video. I've got it up on the channel for the leveling build just to get an understanding of the 1 to 60, and this is going to be the 60 onwards endgame version of the build. So I'll go over the changes. Let's start with the skill tree. The biggest change is once we get to the end game, I felt that having any points into Blessed Hammer here was not needed, as all of our damage in this build is going to be coming from the wing strikes of the Arbiter form, the Arbiter of Justice here. So we're able to take out all the points in Blessed Hammer as well as the 2 upgrades and put them into other passives and also back into Defiance Aura to increase our armor and our resistances a bit more. And we also grab this skill here, Press the Advantage, which is going to get some more damage reduction when we're critically striking, which is great. Definitely the weakest point of this build is the survivability of it. So we definitely want to try to increase our armor, our resistance, our overall toughness as much as possible. Now, as always, you can check the description for a full build guide that I've put together. So go check that out for a really in-depth guide where I go over everything exactly in detail. This build I just want it to be, or this video rather, I want to be a little quick just to go over the basics because it's a really simple build. So in terms of Paragon, if you don't know, this node right here is just absolutely busted for the Paladin, the castle node. Alright, so most builds are just going to be speed running to get this immediately. So that's what I did as well. This is the first thing you're going to want to grab. You can see it's the first board I attached and rotated so that it's as close to the gateway as possible. So this is going to be a huge damage boost as well. But let's just go over the skills and the affixes that we need for this build. So basically, what we need to do for this build is to increase the duration of Arbiter form to be longer than the cooldown reduction for the skill itself. So you can see that I've done that here. I have a duration of 69 seconds, but a cooldown of only 56 seconds. So with that, I'm able to keep 100% uptime on the Arbiter form, which is going to give us movement speed increase. It's going to give us the wing strikes, which again is where all of our damage is coming from, and the wing strikes are going to be applying vulnerable. We're also going to be scaling a lot of vulnerable damage as well in this build. In terms of affixes, we're working with the Disciple, which is going to weaken enemies, give us a little increase in damage from the skill tree using weaken right there. Then we're going to come into the Angelic Masterwork, increase our resistances in Arbiter form. Then we have the Celestial Strife, which is going to increase our vulnerable damage in Arbiter form. Then on the build guide, I have Undying here, and I will switch. Some of the things on my build currently are not completely finished, as I haven't had a lot of time to grind on this build. But this you can go with Eluding if you like, but I'm probably going to end up going with the Undying aspect here. For the boots, we're going to go with the Arbiter Zephyr, which is going to increase our, or decrease rather, our evade cooldown while in Arbiter form, which is kind of nice. For the weapon, we're going with Ligera's Sovereignty, which is just going to straight up increase the damage of Disciple skills, which of course Arbiter of Justice is. For the shield, we're going to run Ascension aspect, which is just going to increase our damage while in Arbiter form. Then I like to go with Edge Masters because we're not using any resource draining skills at all. We're pretty much always just at full resource, so we're going to get the full bonus for this. And Tyrael's Jurisdiction to increase Wing Strike damage, and the Wing Strike, the Sanctus of Kethamar, this unique amulet here. Because the biggest thing we're going to scale in terms of damage is Wing Strikes specifically. Alright, so that's going to carry over into the tempers as well. As you can see, I've got temper for wing strike damage pretty much wherever applicable, except for this ring. I have just the cooldown reduction there. But here I've got wing strike damage temper, wing strike damage temper, wing strike damage temper, and the gloves as well. So we're doing a tremendous amount of damage with the wing strikes. And that's pretty much it. In terms of runes, we're going to be running the Bulwark, the Earthen Bulwark. I don't have that currently. I don't think I've found one yet. But that's what we're going to throw onto the pants, and then this one will stay the same just for the 25% crit chance there. But that's pretty much it, guys. Again, check the description for the full build guide where I go over everything specifically. But other than that, I'm just going to run a little pit, I think, so you can see how the build operates. It's a super, super easy build. I mean, it's almost a no-button build because we're just popping Arbiter of Justice the entire time and letting the wing strikes do the rest. But this is what it looks like when this build is running. It's got really, really great mobility due to the pretty much 100% upkeep on Falling Star skill. So we're able to pop Falling Star very, very often because the cooldown is getting reduced every time we kill a vulnerable enemy from the skill tree. So all of that combined with the movement speed buff from the Arbiter itself, this is a really, really fast build. This is definitely my favorite build for any sort of speed farming. Now, again, this is the first endgame build I've put together, so it's definitely not the strongest, and there's room for improvement. And the build guide will be a work in progress. I will continue updating it. But right now, I think it's at a great spot because, as you can see, I am in T4 here, just able to pretty much just cruise through, just constantly popping the Falling Star and just letting the wing strike do the rest. I mean, I'm not pressing any buttons here. I'm just going to walk around, not pressing anything, still haven't triggered any skills, and we're just clearing screens here. So let me just see how quickly I can get this tier 55 done. It is really nice not having to worry about really doing any sort of skills if I don't need. So I could just put on a movie, watch some Netflix, some YouTube while I'm doing this, because you just pretty much just walk around in Arbiter form and let the wing strikes do all the damage for you. Now, this is definitely the fastest I've ever gotten to T4 in any season. So this Paladin is just really, really busted. And I think that's no surprise there. I mean, it's the new class. They're going to want it to be strong. And see, right there, I just popped Arbiter of Justice before it had run out. So there's your 100% upkeep. I'm always in my Arbiter form here. Which means as well that my all the Arbiter stacks that I have that increase, they'll never run out. So I'm always at max stacks on this, which is great for the damage here. Just quickly run through. You can definitely see how there's room for improvement with this build, and I'm excited to keep working on it. I don't even have full ancestral gear yet, but I've just been really busy. But I'm finding the time to grind on the Paladin. I mean, come on, who isn't excited for this class? I'm very curious to see what this next class is that's coming with the expansion. For you guys who don't know, they are doing 2 classes with the next expansion. It's not just the Paladin. The Paladin's the only one we know about so far. But there is a mystery new class coming. And it looks really interesting. We saw a little teaser at the Game Awards where we saw a silhouette of the new class, and it looks very, very strange, I'll say. It looked like some sort of... It was giving me Necro vibes, honestly. It had a very dark look to it. It definitely didn't look like a holy character, we'll put it like that. I wonder what you guys think this new class is going to be. Drop a comment on what you're thinking the new class is going to be. Now, I think they said that it was a new class and not a returning class. I could be wrong about that, so I don't think it's going to be anything like the Amazon or anything like that. I think it's going to be something new. And alright, we just got to the boss here. We're doing the Belial, obviously. And we're just going to come in here and absolutely delete him. Pop my Arbiter so it stays up, and he's dead immediately. So there you go, guys. I mean, this build is really, really powerful, and it's just only going to get more powerful. I don't even have all legendary nodes, and I'm only, as you can see, a level 115 here. That's just how strong this build is. I would say mostly in part due to the absolute busted castle. Look at that, 686 multiplicative damage there. But that's it, guys. Check the description for the full build guide. Let me know what you think of this one. I think it's really, really fun to just run around, turn the brain off, and just go blasting through a dungeon. So thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Jason with the Loot Wizard, and I'll see you in the next video as I've got a bunch of more content planned. So stay tuned. Bye-bye.